Alrighty, guys, inflation data's out. We got the CPI report from August. We have to cover that in this video. And of course, break down Sofi stock, the entire stock market, which pretty much everything I own at least is up right now, guys. We have a lot to cover. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Join the email stock newsletter. It's free. And check out my Patreon for my real-time portfolio updates. All those links are right down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive into it. So, at a quick glance, Sofi stock is up 3% right now, up 75 cents, and we're approaching the breakout spot, one of them at least, at $26.40, which you guys know that is a critical spot, not only on this 5-day, 5-minute, which you guys can see it's been a resistance other than the pop-off, the one-off pop-off yesterday where we broke out of it. So essentially, we're in an ascending triangle. We're still in it, and it's about to break out. And before we dive deeper into the charts, let me actually go over CPI. Let's pull this up really quickly here, guys. We'll dive into this, and then we'll talk more about Sofi, kind of see what's going on there, where the stock could be going. But consumer prices rose at an annual rate of 2.9% in August. You guys can see as weekly jobless claims jump, which we'll cover that as well here in a second. So prices consumers pay for a variety of goods and services moved higher than expected in August, but it wasn't that crazy. I'm pretty sure the monthly number was a little higher. Yeah, the monthly number came in at 0.4%. The estimate was 0.3%, but that annualized number, and by the way, that was the biggest gain since January, that 0.4% increase, but the annual inflation rate was 2.9%, right in line with analysts. So I think the fact that PPI came in cooler than expected and the headline number, 2.9%, came in right in line, that's causing the market to run. Now, if that number was like 3.1, or even higher for the headline, or came in worse than expected, yeah, things could be different right now. But pretty much it came in right at the expected target. And for core CPI, which excludes food and energy, that came in at 0.3% for August, and that put the 12-month number at 3.1%. You guys can see both as, or that's pretty much right at the forecast, right? So those came in right in line. And this chart here, which I'm sure you guys have seen time and time again, we've all seen this chart, but it shows essentially CPI core and the all items going down over time. You know, we saw that huge spike in 2021, 2022. It started dumping off into 23, and it's been down, slowly down since, So that's a good sign. We want CPI to go down, obviously. That's, one of the key things the Fed looks at. If CPI came in hot, we're not going to get as many rate cuts as you think, right? Or as the market wants, or as many as the market's pricing in right now. So unemployment, look at this. The Labor Department reported a surprise increase in weekly unemployment compensation filings to a seasonally adjusted 263,000 for the week ended September 6th, higher than the 235,000 estimate and up from 27,000 from the prior period's revised figure. The claims level marked the highest in nearly 4 years. Think about that, guys. 4 years. Nuts. So the labor market, no doubt, is not firing on all cylinders right now. We got a pretty weak report about a week and a half ago. You guys remember that from August. So it's not looking too pretty. Essentially, painting the picture, or rather setting the landscape for rate cuts. We're pretty much guaranteed now to get one in September. And in my opinion, we're definitely going to get one again later in the year. But the $1 million question is, what's the magnitude of these? What's the magnitude of that second rate cut going to be? I know we're going to get, well, I don't know, but I'm assuming we're all predicting a 0.25 percentage point cut for the September meeting. But what about the the other ones? Are we going to get a half percentage point if things get ugly? I don't think so necessarily, but I'm just thinking out loud, right? So yeah, pretty much cemented. It is stamped now that we're going to get these rate cuts, guys. We can see here. Let's see what this person said. Today's CPI report has been trumped by the jobless claims report. Seema Shah wrote this. Principal Asset Management. She said, while the CPI report is a tad hotter than expected, it will not give the Fed a moment of hesitation when they announce a rate cut next week. I agree. If anything, the jump in jobless claims will inject a bit more urgency in the Fed's decision making, with Powell likely signaling a sequence of rate cuts is on the way. Yeah, exactly what I pretty much just said. So I'm in there, or I'm in with her there. I'm with her on that for sure. And coming back over here to the market, I showed you guys how SoFi was up 3% almost. All the indexes are up as well. S&P's up 0.75%. QQQ's up 0.6. Dow's up over 1.2%. Marvelous day for the Dow. And the Russell is leading the green, 1.3% up. So we're having an explosive day. I'll pop the indexes up, or the indices, here in a second. I know my grammar is off sometimes, guys. I'm so sorry. I got a couple people in the comments like, Stas, it's not indexes, it's indices, which I knew that, but my brain still says indexes. Whatever. It's not that serious. But SoFi, look, it's on the verge of breaking out. We're at 26.30 right now. My alert's at 26.50. If this triangle plays out, big if, it's not guaranteed, but if it does, we start taking 26.50 out, 27, we're going to be at multi-month, multi-year highs pretty much at that point, and one step closer to all-time highs, which you guys know, we hit them in February of 2021 at $28.26. We're about now less than $2 away from that point. Think about that. Less than $2 away from that point. So, in my opinion, man, SoFi is gearing up for that point. Rate cuts are here. We're going to get potentially announcements for, even more rate cuts from Jerome Powell. We'll see in a couple days here, or whenever that meeting is. It's coming up. But yeah, man, what do you guys think? That's what we're working with right now. And the entire market, like I said, is moving pretty much all-time highs across the board. S&P SPY hit 657.80, so it's not looking like a rough September anymore now, is it, guys? SPY all-time highs. QQQ, 0.75% up today. 585 pretty much hit all-time highs for that. The Dow Jones 600 points up almost on the day, guys. All-time highs for the Dow. Looks like Dow hit over 46,000 points for the first time ever today. So cheers to that. Cheers to the Dow. It's crazy. We're hitting these milestones. I remember like it was yesterday. I mean, it wasn't even that long ago. We hit 40,000. That was the milestone. We hit that. I forget, when was that? Maybe like 2 years ago? Nah, maybe not. No way. Not that long ago. About a year and some change ago, we hit 40K on the Dow, and now I'm like, man, looking at this chart, it looks like it's hunting for 50K. The Dow is going to hit 50K. Probably not this year. I mean, that'd be a bold take, I would say, at least. But yeah, I think before, the next year or two, I don't know. I think in the next year or two, by the looks of it, unless we get a big crash, who knows. But 50K on the Dow, I think, is easily on the way. We can see the charts are pointing to that. I mean, look, the Dow cleanly just broke this spot right here, 45K, which if I just drew it out, you guys see this is the 3-year chart, by the way. 45K has been a spot of resistance for the Dow for almost a year now. I mean, look, we double topped at the end of 2024, and now it's the end of 2025. You know what I mean? We double topped here in November. We hit another one. Actually, no, that's not true. We hit another top in the beginning of 2025. So that was in February. Either way, we double topped at 45K, dumped down all the way to 37. We held steady. Now we're breaking out of 45K. I think this is the breakout that takes the Dow to 50K. That's my opinion. It might be crazy overbought there. I mean, look, you could argue it is now on the max chart. But yeah, it keeps going, man. Dow's on a rampage, and it looks like again 50K is coming. The only one that's not at all time highs yet, or actually no, now it is again. The Russell, yeah, the Russell looks like yep. Oh no, we're not there yet. We're so close. Man, we're close. When's the last time we hit highs on the Russell? Yeah, that was in November of 2024, 2,466 points. Now we're at 2,410. So the Russell, man, is almost at all-time highs again. So the market is hot. We'll leave it at that. The market is hot. VIX is down 3%. And yeah, looks like this September is not looking so bad. You know, historically, September is the worst month for stocks. We're crushing it. It's September 11th. Oh man, it's 9/11. I almost forgot to mention that, guys. The 24-year anniversary of 9/11. That is unbelievable. It just hit me literally right now, which is insane, man. Unbelievable. Obviously prayers up, for everybody, involved in 9/11, man. I grew up in New York, so it's a special, special place in my heart. But, yeah, yeah. Wow. Oh, man, it just hit me now. It's 9/11. Holy crap. But either way, guys, we'll wrap it up there. I'll catch you all in the next video. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button on this video. Make sure to subscribe. I'm getting the chills right now thinking about 9/11. What the heck, man? This is crazy. But, yeah, almost 25-year anniversary. Unbelievable. But, yeah. Yeah, check out the links down below, man. All the links down below, whatever. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.